a lot of artists around you that are at a similar level and something's fairly new to them and they're really working hard, you inspire each other quite a bit. And that was a huge part of it. Even when I did it for years on end, when it wasn't new to a lot of these artists, they're still working hard and trying new things and inspiring each other. And that's it's a great thing. And then I found out about this caricature organization called the National Caricaturist Network. And that's a lot of fun too. There are a lot of great artists there. There are a lot of artists who are just starting out who are trying to gain something from it, who are really trying to learn. And then there's a lot of artists who are quite well known, who just really the organization helped them get their comeuppance, and they really like giving back. Like there's people like Steven Silver. He's a character designer for Nickelodeon and Disney. Tom Richmond. You've seen his stuff in Mad Magazine. It's just a really great mix of people that go to these conventions and that work in the world of caricature in general in some capacity. It's very cool to go to these conventions and meet all of them, and share a beer with Steve Silver, the guy who created the characters for Kim Possible. How neat is that? You can't really put a price on that, because then they're there to have fun too, and they sit there and share techniques with you. They give you critiques, and it's a great place to go. So I started doing caricature one summer, and I had never done digital painting. I kept thinking that it was like cheating, but my friend Dion, he exposed it to me. He kept saying, "You've got to do this. You've got to do this." So I tried it out, and I really enjoyed it. I realized that there's techniques and advantages that you can use when digitally painting. If you've got a deadline coming up for a magazine and you don't really want to start an oil painting, because that might take you a week to do an entire oil painting with the prep, with the materials, and the cost is high. So you think, oh, I'll get the same effect if I just do it, use Painter or use Photoshop with this kind of brush. And then you try it out and realize that, yeah, you can get that same effect. You just have to work at it. But once you get that technique down and you get familiar with the program, I can do an oil painting, or a painting that has the look of an oil painting, where the oil painting might take me 4 days, from start to finish, and it might cost me $100, or maybe even less, maybe $50 in materials. This digital painting, once I paid for the tablet a long time ago, so and I paid for Photoshop a long time ago, so I've got this this base of materials that it's already covered, it's already paid for, and I can do a painting that might take me 4 days. I can do it in a day, or maybe 2 days. Now, if I get quiet every now and then, it's because I'm painting and talking at the same time. I'm not layering the tracks. Could do that. I tried it. I figured this is more pure, because if I ever want to stop and say something about the piece, I want to be able to move the cursor around or point at something. Just like right now, I can say, look, I'm about to paint his teeth. Teeth, 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 teeth. And it's on time. It's a great way to share some stuff if I really want to talk about something. All right. I'm moving along pretty good here, doing some of the flesh tones. This can take a while, so I'm not going to get too detailed with it. I do like his lip curl. I want to add a little more dimension here in his cheek. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here, get a little gray, sample that, and maybe put a darker color behind him. I'm gonna go with a sort of a gray. It'll look kind of blue relative to all the sepia or all the skin tones, but I'm gonna put kind of a grayish tone behind him. I want to define some edges, and I want his chin to stick out a little more. You can see it kind of looks like it goes straight down here. Here comes straight down, and I didn't get the anatomy too great there, so I'm going to consider it coming straight off his teeth here. So I'm going to make his chin more shaped like that. I'm just defining the edge. Now if I want, I can go right to this drawing, right on this layer, and I'm going to paint it away with some white. Just this area. Soften this a little and paint that area away. It works out really well. I can soften this edge of this tooth. And now you can see I'm starting to establish that chin area right there. Move my palette over a little bit. Now I'm going to do that for a little bit. I'm going to define this edge. It's all in the same layer. I'm just painting on one layer. The bottom of his nose, that area right here, I know that I've got a couple friends that are going to kill me because I don't know the terminology. That thing sticks down more than on any human being I've ever seen in my life. And it's so fun to notice that and to be able to take advantage of that. So right now I'm just painting the edge of his bridge of his nose. He's got an interesting nose going on there. Add a little definition to it. And then I'm going to this area right here. This cowl around his eyes. It's amazing. And I missed it right here because I was trying to make his forehead and his bridge of his nose stick out so far. Well, I'm going to go ahead and add that in. I'm just going to grab a light peach tone. Might as well utilize my palette while I've got it. Grab this guy right here. Make it a little more peachy and a little less. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and paint right here. Don't need to put too much there, just enough to show that his forehead's coming out. And I'm going to grab color right off there. I want it to be kind of grayed down and paint his eyebrow. Now this gives me a decision where do I want to pull the forehead out now. I think I do. I think I want to bring the forehead out a little bit more. So I'll go back to my drawing and I'll block out this line a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take away some of these lines so I can just start painting. I have enough reference where I'm at that I don't really need those. So I'm going to block in the forehead this way. Grab that tone, go back to my painting layer, and I'm just going to define where I want it to go. I like this little area right here. And then I'm going to go up a little bit more than before. So right there is where I'm establishing his forehead for now. And I'm just going to block that in. Go back and maybe clean this up. There we go. I've got that nicely established there. And I'm just going to erase this right there, the shadow. You can see you've got sort of a little bit of a new drawing. I like the likeness a little bit more now.